Yeah, we're getting ready to tour for an hour.
About 15 minutes before the tour starts.
Take all our stuff.
Yeah, I thought we had done
For my blog,
because
food
I
line.
don't know what the group was. She just made it for whatever my thing was.
It was an hour-long tour.
That's part of Beringer. Absolutely gorgeous out here. Going up the steps. Get ready to go on the tour. And sorry, injury. It's a beautiful day in Napa today. And we have our pass. See you soon, tour.
Right here too, it seems. So we're going to get started in a minute, but 100 or so, maybe a little after that. Jacob Beringer used these. Pardon me?
Could live in on it.
No kidding. This is Jacob Beringer standing right where you are. Been in 1885. If you want to come take a look. But these were all in use. We haven't used them for years though. I'm guessing we quit using these around the time we got these. That was early 70s. But we've been around longer than anybody else in the Napa Valley continuously. We're not the oldest, but the oldest continuously operating winery. Founded in 1876. We had a harvest that year and had one every year since.
So it's been operating since 1876?
1876 continuously. Even during Prohibition.
What kind of wood is this?
Sacramental wines?
It's all oak. Yeah. Pardon me?
Sacramental wines?
Yes, we thank God for Catholics.
Yes.
And last one in is the door monitor.
Oh, perfect choice.
I believe this is called wood.
Very good. It's not stainless steel. Actually, stainless steel, we have a lot of that across the street where we make all our wine today. But this is the original winery. And Jacob, you know, grew up in a winemaking family of winemaking ancestors. And he had this winery built in 1877 and built in the same style that they grew up with in Germany. It's built on a hillside. They do the crushing up on the roof, which became the third floor. And then the juice would run through these big wooden chutes into open top fermentation vats on the second floor. When that was done, down the main floors, they're toasted over a fire. The fire caramelizes the wood sugar, and that's where you get a lot of your flavors in the oak. Vanilla, butterscotch, cinnamon, caramel, nutmeg, all these different flavors. And different degrees of toast give you different flavors too. So this looks like about a medium toast right here. And that flavor is only good for about 4 years. After 4 years, it's pretty much all used up. But the winemakers, you know, we don't toss the barrels because not just for flavor, but also for oxygen works its way through the oak and slowly softens and mellows out the wine. And that's what gives you the softening effect. So a lot of times winemakers don't want any oak flavor, so they'll put it in barrels that are at least 4 years old. And you know what one of these costs? Anybody have an idea what a brand new French oak barrel will cost you today?
$500-600?
About $1,200. Yeah.
Wow.
Because they're handmade, aren't they, too?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, they have modern tools and stuff, but still, a lot of it's just banging away with a hammer. And I don't forget what the other tool is. And they put temporary hoops on them. But you know, and French oak, like these came over as whole barrels from France. They would cost even more. You know, because the French, being imported and the labor, and plus French oak has to be hand split, so it's a lot more labor intensive, a lot more waste also. So it really doesn't matter. January or July, this is what it's going to be like.
I bet in the dead of summer, people love to come down here.
I remember a few years ago, it was like 116, and people were just melting. And I had an outside group, and I don't just vintage in here. And you can go inside, but just push. Or pull. Excuse me. But in 1993, they pulled all these out because they didn't know what they were. There were 4,000 bottles here and then other alcohol. And they tasted and analyzed every bottle. Out of 4,000 bottles, in 1993, almost half were still drinkable.
Wow.
They knew the vintages by the bottle codes. They had the label on it.
Yeah, you all are doing pictures. So.
That's usually my lot.
Just stand right there.
Top record 93.
Yeah, we tasted one in 93. Pretty good. I mean, it was
Cool. Oh, I was getting one too.
Oh, I thought.
right there.
There you go. It's a great pick.
This is a thief right here.
See?
This is a wine thief. It's going right into the wine.
That's what he calls me.
It's a great shot.
Now you're going to put your finger on that little hole.
Yes, I am. And go.
Oh,
She siphoned gas before.
God, she knows you well.
that's going to be cool for the blog.
Yeah.
All right.
Prohibition ended in December 1933. And they're pretty happy here, too.
I would think.
It lasted almost 14 years. And when it started in 1920, there were over 120 wineries in Napa Valley. By the time it ended, there were like 5.
Wow.
So we're one of the 5. We're pretty lucky. And this is Bertha Beringer. She's one of Jacob's daughters who lived in the house back here her whole life. She and her sister never married, never lived anywhere but there. And she helped us get us through Prohibition. But check this guy out right here. This looks kind of like a football he's holding.
Yeah.
It's actually like a fencing mask. He was the guy that bottled and corked the champagne bottles.
Wow, that's funny. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That she says my grandfather was a dealer in a speakeasy.
Average American.
Prohibition paint?
300 bottles. Right?
Average American, 30 years.
For 30 gallons? No, 30 bottles.
300 bottles.
300 bottles.
10 bottles a year?
10 bottles a year.
No.
Average.
Well, how can that?
You're all above average.
132 liters.
Morton's.
Yep.
Morton's Steakhouse.
We did this with them. This was their 25th anniversary, and we had these bottles made in the Czech Republic. There were 3 of them made. One got filled with 2001 Private Reserve Cab. One of our best cabs ever. That sold for 47 grand at auction. Wow. And then the other one traveled around to different Mortons. That was filled with colored water, of course. And then we got the empty one. But this
Who could lift it to pour it?
You don't lift it, you siphon stuff out,
Like you did earlier with the barrel.
Well, and that's how they filled it. See, they were siphoning out of these 9-liter format bottles. So, and then actually, that's that barrel right over there. Kind of how they're siphoning them out and fill this up. On July 28, 2004, and that was Guinness was here certifying this as the largest wine bottle in the world.
Day before my birthday.
But the largest wine bottle in the world now is 10 times that big.
Really?
Yeah, it's in China.
Everybody, of course they have to do something.
15 feet tall, full of ice wine.